Reinvent Yourself. Here to share simple steps on how to get started, we welcome back the author of many books, including Think It, How to Train Your Thinking to Get Everything You Want, Master Life Coach Sarah Centrella. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Tammy. So good to be here.
Yeah, so I love this topic, and I do see it on my algorithm on my social media. So you have reinvented yourself.
Oh gosh, so many times.
And now you have, today we have 3 steps.
Yeah.
So let's start with an example of how you reinvented yourself.
So I have so many. Honestly, if I look back over my life, there's probably been a full-blown reinvention every decade. But one I wanted to share today is specific. So you can do it for your entire life, let's say career, where you want to live, who you're with. You can reinvent all of it.
Okay.
But you could also do it for a specific area of your life. And one of mine was, I've been writing now for 20 years, almost 20 years. I started as a blogger back in 2008, 2009. But I never saw myself as a writer. I never thought of myself as a writer, and I definitely never told anyone I was a writer.
Really?
People always marvel at it, but I think I had a educational background that was I was homeschooled till I was about 14, and so I was very, I guess, self-conscious about my own reading, writing ability.
Yeah.
And so when I got my first book published, I still didn't tell anybody. I never said, oh, I'm an author, or I write books or anything like that. And what I started to realize is that having that belief system and that identity was really holding me back from the full reinvention that I was working so hard to create in my life. And so the very first thing that I did is I sat down and I thought, okay, what is holding me back and how do I release it?
Okay, so the first step is ask yourself, what are my old identities? So if there's something that you want to move toward, you have to know who you are right now. Is that?
Yeah, absolutely. So
idea?
you take kind of an inventory, just get out a journal and think about, hey, who am I? How would I describe myself? How do other people describe me? That's a great place to start, because if I want to reinvent, that means I have to change some things. So in order to do that, I need to know what I'm working with right now.
Right.
And if you can kind of ask yourself, what is not serving me? Do I have some habits that I know are not going to be conducive when I reach this next life that I'm building, or the next level of success, relationship, whatever it is I'm after? Then you have to kind of just put all that out. And that is the old. So I kind of like refer to it from then on as like, this is the old me. The old me used to do this or that.
Okay.
And then you release it.
Okay, I like that. We'll have a list of all the good questions that you think we should ask to identify our old self. Okay, and then the step 2 is define the new you.
Yes.
And you write out exactly who you want to be.
Yeah, so this is your perfect time to architect your future, honestly.
Okay.
So you can think of yourself in almost third person. You can create like an alter ego for yourself and just say, hey, the future me are these things. And look at your old list and say, hey, what's the opposite of that? Or what do I want to be instead? And draw it up from every aspect. How do I want people to see me? How do I want people to view me? How do I view myself?
And as an example for you, the writing example, tell me what that would look like.
I literally wrote down, I'm an excellent writer. I'm a New York Times bestseller. I tell people that I'm a writer. I'm a narrative writer, which was a very big hang up I had about writing my memoir, because I always considered myself not a narrative writer. And I said those over and over and over until I finally got to the place where I was confidently, telling people I'm a writer. So I then had to take some action steps to back that up.
Right, because you can say all those things. You have to believe all those things about yourself as well. And then step 3 is integrate the new you into daily life. So give me an example of what you did for the writing example.
Yeah, so ask yourself, is there anything I can be doing today that represents this new life that I'm building, this new person I'm becoming, so that you can start integrating it every single day? And for me, that was, I started a Substack about a year or so ago, and it's a platform for paid writers. It is a writing platform. So that was kind of a big step into owning it as part of my new identity. And then I actually sat down and wrote the memoir that I've been trying to write for 20 years. I had 14 attempts that I had abandoned all those years. And what I realized that once my identity had shifted and I was now confident and believing that I could be a narrative writer, it just poured out of me. I wrote 518 pages in 40 days.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And do you really think it's because you started believing that about yourself?
Absolutely, because a negative belief will sabotage the work.
Yeah.
So I kept on trying to do the work, but the belief was so strong that I could not produce work that would have given me the outcome I wanted, if that makes sense.
Yes, it
Yeah.
does. And part of step 3 is do daily mental fitness work to make the transformation stick. What would a daily mental fitness work look like?
Yeah, so
what is that?
part of what you're doing in step 2 is identifying who I want to be, right? So
Right.
if the daily piece of that, if I can tell myself every single day, I can use I am statements or mottos or affirmations, what have you, but I'm doing that daily as a practice. I'm either taking 30 seconds to meditate, tell myself, maybe I'm writing it in a journal, but I'm reinforcing it continuously until it sticks, until it changes my belief systems and my actions and ultimately my outcome.
Yeah, and I think some of the hardest part of this is knowing exactly what you do want and how to reinvent yourself to get there.
Yeah,
so,
that's
but
why
these are all
question
good
number 1 will help you a lot.
Exactly. Okay, and we didn't cover the exact. There was so much more, and I'm going to put that on our website for this.
The journal prompts
today.
are key. Yeah,
They're really good. Okay, thanks, Sarah. Thanks so
Thanks
much.
so much for having
her
me.
book, her latest book is Think It, but her memoir is coming out, and we're going to have a link to more information about Sarah on our website at katu.com, and we'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Stick around.